Pharaoh ship fanfiction I read once, and it was actually pretty freaking good because it kind of dealt with the whole thing of she's not really real, but she's kind of getting. It was kind of like Kaiba was going further with the whole hologram projection thing with the monsters, and it was really it was going some really interesting places, and I was like, God damn, this is so cool. It really kind of delved into that. So, yeah, but other than that, not really. Second question: assuming someone already asked that your top 3 favorite ships, what do you think the kids of those ships would be like? Okay, first off, Kaiba and Ishizu's children. Probably very stoic, angsty, and probably didn't get a lot of love from Dad. Let's face it, Kaiba's not the most emotionally stable person, let alone giving emotion other than his brother. You know, showing any emotion for his brother, and even then, that's kind of a stretch. So I don't know. Like, I think the son or daughter or kids in general of Kaiba and Ishizu would more than likely be very stoic, very angsty, and walking in Daddy's shoes, or trying to get Daddy to notice them. So I think, I think that's kind of the big I think that's kind of the big moment right there, on a whole. Kids from Yugi and Taya, oh, they would be happy as a clam. There would be a happy family right there. Yeah, they'd all be happy as a fucking clam right there. It's a good-looking family. And I guess one more ship. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna throw Dark Angel a bone because she's the one who got me into doing this ship subconsciously. Well, this Q&A, I should say, actually. Merrick and Serenity's kids. Merrick would probably be dealing with some issues because his father was kind of a dick. So he'd be kind of like, I don't want to be my own father. Oh, God. And Serenity would be like, oh my God, we have kids. It's beautiful. And their kids would probably be, they'd have some issues. But I think out of all of them, could you imagine that kind of the Kaiba family? Yeah. Let's face it, Ishizu herself didn't come from a great family background. Neither did Kaiba. So, yeah. Alright, third question. Since Yugi and Yami are technically the same person, yet two people at the same time, do you think if they had sex with Taya and or whoever you ship them with, would that count as two people fucking the same person or a threesome? Huh. I guess it would count as a threesome? I don't know. I guess. Probably. Sure. Probably is. Yeah. Anyway. So, that's all I can say is probably it would count, but I could just imagine when Yugi and Taya are kind of getting it on, Yami's just kind of like, yeah, do it, boy. You can do it. You can do it. I need to stop. So take those questions, Wolfman the Impaler. Moving on now to 146 Zigzag, who asks, which teased relationship do you like better? Yugi, Yami, Taya, or Jade and Alexis? Yugi and Taya. I kind of dug that relationship. Kind of wish it was done more. Anyway, not to say Jade and Alexis was bad either, but yeah. Second question, which non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Fictional female characters could break through Kaiba's tough exterior and get him to open up? I'm going to answer this one because this is centered on Kaiba and not just like crossover characters in general. Like I said, there was a good one with Kagome from Inuyasha shipped with Kaiba, and that was really good. I guess another person would probably be, I'd like to say Kagura from Inuyasha, but I don't know. I think she would just be had enough of his human bullshit, as she would probably say. Maybe Starling from Stormhawks. There's an interesting one who could, you know, be an interesting one to see. Anyway, just think of those questions. And your final question is, if Pegasus was gay, like his sexual overtone suggests, do you think he'd rather be with Yugi or Kaiba? Didn't he have a girl? Didn't he have a girl in the past? I mean, I'm serious. Didn't he have a girl? If I remember right, we got to see how he got the Millennium Eye and all that. So I don't know. I mean, if I'm remembering it right, wasn't he? Wasn't he straight? I mean, we all kind of figured he was kind of a little flamboyant, and, you know, God knows Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged kind of really played that out, but if I remember right, he had a chick. Anyway, thank you for those questions, Zigzag. Moving on now to Athavan Rajasan, who asks, any thoughts on Akiza Yusei ship? Again, didn't really watch a lot of 5D. Second question, what would be your top 3 least favorite character favorite ships? Favorite character favorite ships. I guess my 3 least favorite are Kaiba with Mai, excuse me. And because again, it's just like fire hitting other fire. It would just be like an inferno of destruction between those two. I guess another one would be Bakura with anyone other than Merrick, because let's face it, they would be the only ones to put up with each other's bullshit. And yeah, I can't really think of a third one. Second question, if you've been following the latest Arc V... Okay, I haven't really been watching a lot of you know, series Arc... The latest series, Arc V, so I can't really answer this one, so... Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I should have mentioned that the only... Like, the longest I got with Yu-Gi-Oh! Was GX. I really feel bad that I wasn't able to answer everyone's ships properly... Well, shipping questions properly. I should have mentioned... And this is totally on me, that I should have told you guys, hey, I only watched up to GX, so just don't mention, you know, the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, this was a pretty good turnout. Not a lot, but still enough there. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for the Q&A, for the questions, and like I said before, if you had a question that you wanted to ask but was not able to be answered by me, usually means YouTube marked it as spam or something else. But regardless, thank you so much for the Q&A, and again, I'm so sorry that I should have put that little tidbit in there as well. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.